Guys, like you know my name, this is JD, this is the Pip Academy, this is your trading home, okay? So as for this pair, the New Zealand Swiss, you can see we're finding a little support here in this area. 1, 2, 3 touches. Hey everyone, welcome back to another Pip Breakdown video, Pip Breakdown number 10. Thank you for being back another week. Let's just hop into the charts and see what is going on, okay? So we're going to stop at the top. You know, we always got to start at the top, and the top of the pair and the top of the time frame. So we know 5 days ago is where we left off with the last chart analysis. Last week we went through the last Pip Breakdown video. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we just rejected the resistance about the last time we made this Pip Breakdown video. We came through with the move, we fell to the support, and we actually rejected the support on Thursday. This is the Friday candle, this is Thursday candle. We rejected that, headed back to the resistance. So seeing that price is definitely in the zone right now, we're just expecting it to do the same thing. Either it's going to reject this resistance and fall back. We do not have a rejection candle yet, so we just gotta wait to see if we got a rejection or not. Other than that, we have breakout. Let me just turn this on here. Nope, this. So yeah, we're either gonna get that push up or we're gonna get a retest and a push back up. Our next resistance above is sitting right here, this area. So those lines worked out perfectly. Otherwise, we're going to fall back from the resistance to the next support. And there's quite a few days, 5 days. We can either get something like this as well. Right, so just be aware of your options for what the week has planned for the week ahead. And then you just work with that. And as we go through, check the other charts, we're going to be able to see which ones are likely, which ones are more likely, and which ones are consolidating, things like that. So next pair on the list here, we also rejected resistance back to support. We broke through both these support. We broke through the first support area and made our way back to the support, the next support. We didn't actually hit the support right away. But we would have been able to see that the bulls came in by the other Australian pairs and things like that. So we're currently making our way. I don't like this line anymore, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. This is very old as well. So we're on our way back up to this resistance. And from the resistance, like I mentioned previously, we can either have some moves like this, and then this bit wider. Just in case we don't get that pullback, you got to track the momentum to see how price is planning to develop, how the other buyers and sellers around the world are actually feeling, and how they're placing their money accordingly, right? So we see our outlook for this as well. We're currently headed to the resistance. That's the next move here. So with Australian JPY, you can see that we haven't developed much since the last Pip Breakdown video, right? So basically, the weakness of both these pairs, the Australian and the Japanese yen, we can see that they're both pretty weak, so price didn't move much throughout the week. We still did get a new low there, so it seems like we are still getting bullish market structure. The last 3 candles were bullish, so bulls are maintaining their status here. Even though we are sitting at the resistance, we still have bullish market structure, so bears are currently not exactly ready. It seems like the Australian is going to get a whole lot stronger. So what we have for this is the outlook is still the same. We should be pushing up. If we're not going to push up, we have to make a double top in this area, or a triple top, or a fourth top, whatever the case. But we do have to break structure and break below this area if we do want to see price declining to the next support down here, right here down in this area. Right, so let's just expand this. This is kind of old from over there, so I'm just going to put this out like this. Right, and then we do have a bunch of old lines in here as well. But this is really how our markup is looking. This resistance is very thick as well, so you can see we're having quite a time in here. So yeah, we can get that pullback, continuation, or price will reject this resistance. One thing to take note of is that the other two Australian pairs that we looked at previously, they were on their way to the resistance, while this price is already at the resistance. So we may just get consolidation in this Australian Japanese pair until the other Australians are ready to fall, whether they've developed and matured and things just like that. So next pair on our list is the Australian NZD. This pair rejecting resistance. We can see that. We got a double bottom as well. We did get new lows in there. We didn't get the close, so it didn't really stamp itself. Nonetheless, the way market structure works and everything like that, we are on our way to the next floor area. So price should be going just like this. And we are maintaining our way below the resistance. This is just a minor support here that we have in this area, so just take note of that. But I mean, this pair is pretty simple to read, not much different from last week's analysis. We're still heading down. 5 days ago was right around here. We're in the same place, so it's nothing but development, nothing but progression for this pair. So for Australian USD, you can see we're getting bullish market structure. We got a new low there. Price did reject the resistance and fell back to the support. We didn't manage to see we haven't been able to see bearish market structure come in, so no reason to exactly sell on this pair yet. Unless, not from the last Pip Breakdown video, this is what I'm referring to, unless you took the short from this primary resistance and you got out at the next support. Okay, so this price, same thing, we're headed to this resistance, and from this resistance we have the possibility for rejection or break, or we can get that retest, if it needs more energy to sprout up. But judging by what we're currently getting, it's all this. We might consolidate within this area. You got to see how momentum is really progressing. I'm not going to call the pair 5, 6, 7 moves ahead. Like a lot of strategies, like let's say like Elliott wave trading might try to plan out the next 5 moves, 6 moves. When really you got to see how momentum is going. And if you're a financial news trader as well, you got to see how the news comes out, how that affects certain things based on support and resistance areas, and how you are going to react and deal with those things as well. So another alternative which we can see for this pair next week is if price does come back to the support area, just like what we have up here, we can get either a break like this or retest and follow through. I am going to place this area here because we can totally tell price fell, was unable to fall anymore, and had to increase, right? Clear, simple stuff. So far the Australian is seeming quite strong among all the other pairs right now. All these pairs were rising except for, let me just see, all these pairs are in a state of rising except for the Australian New Zealand. And so this is just showing us right off the get that New Zealand might actually be very strong right now. So that's going to push this pair into consolidation, downtrend slash consolidation, because you can see we're coming out of a downtrend and we're currently consolidating for about maybe about 10 days or so. So that's about 2 weeks, right? So let's just move on to the next pair, the Canadian Swiss. We have just been consolidating, completely brutal consolidation. Nonetheless, we are still headed to the next resistance. This is the major resistance up here. Totally clear, right? Like you can totally see that. If you can't see this resistance area, go to the Pip Academy and sign up and start your learning, okay? So this one's pretty simple. We have no bearish market structure in. We're consolidating between these 2 points. So let's just wait for price to give us more indications. If price breaks below this support, then, is pretty simple. I'm not sure how many of these videos I'll actually be able to make repeating the same information, because as long as you can get your roadmap for where the market is headed, there are only a few possibilities that it can really do. So you're not really all that lost as long as you're mindful of these opportunities and these possibilities that the market can make. You know, the market is either rising or falling. It cannot do both. It can do both. So for the Canadian JPY, what are we seeing here? What do we see? We have a major rejection of the major support, of the major resistance on top of the gray box. On top of that, we are getting some bullish market structure. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So from the last Pip breakdown video, we were just breaking out of this area just about, and then we did rise and managed to hit our target, the resistance. And then from there, if you know how I trade, from the resistance back to the support. So as we stand now, lower time frames, we are rejecting this area. Do we have a nice and clear entry? Yeah, we did pass one like this, right? If you don't know how I take care of my entries, go back and watch. I think I have about 1 or 2 videos currently out on how I go about entering my positions. If not, I'll be posting some next week and the week after. I want to be able to open up and clear the air around how I do my entries, because a lot of traders have an issue with that, and just some other things. You know, I'll have video on risk management, top-down analysis, things like that. And just so you guys can get some learning, if you guys want more information, you know, check out the website, thepipacademy.com. Okay, so this pair, pretty simplistic. We do not have bearish market structure in yet. We're still having bullish, so we're still going to ride with bullish market structure. Okay, so let's get a rise to this resistance primarily, and then, you know, we have the option of consolidating. If not, we break out, we have a potential retest and a continuation. Our next resistance to take note of is right around here. Sorry, wrong tool. Right around here. So that's what we're looking for with this. I'm just going to try to keep the watch list off the side there so we can have more room for charts. But yeah, this is really what this is looking at. And alternatively, if we do still get more bearish market structure to come in, break of support to come in, then we have these 2 options as well. Right? Clear as day. So for the Swiss Japanese yen, we have a nice rejection candle for Friday's candle on this pair at this really old resistance. We got 2 days of consolidation, and then we got, so the way to really explain this is we got from our first breakout candle, the next candle spiked it, you know, it's the opposite version to testing the waters. So we hit that area. Next candle, we didn't manage to hit that as well, but we do see buyers were in the market, and we see the momentum slow, and completely turn around. So right now, from this lower time frame, we already missed our entries on Friday for this. But you never know, Monday, Tuesday might give away for another entry as well. What I would be looking for an entry on this, seeing as though how this is already so ripe, we're just going to really wait for a pullback to one of these areas to take an entry. And target obviously is the support. I'm just going to look for a pullback to take this trade. This is definitely for the opposite of the main trend, right? The main trend is totally up. So this trend is more for counter trend trading. Just because, you know, price goes from support to resistance to support. And that's really how this goes. I'm going to leave this mark up in case I need it for the week. Next pair we got Euro Australian, demonstrating the Euro's weakness and the Australian strength right now, and we are currently on our way to this area. Okay, so once we hit this area, we'll either reject it and head back up to the resistance, or we break and go like this. Our next area of interest is totally this, right? 1, 2, and then it would be nice if we got a third entry. Not necessarily a third entry, but once the price hits this area again, we know we have an opportunity coming our way. That's really as simple and how this analysis really needs to go. It's really as simple. This pairs well, demonstrating the euro's weakness right now. So we also have this support area down here. Let's fix that a little. Support area down here as well. Okay, so same type of structure. Once price actually falls and it interacts with this area, then we're on alert. We can get a few things. We can get a few things happening here. Or, you know, price might just gain its momentum and head right up there. You gotta be there to see how the price is updating, how the momentum is going. And if you're a fundamental trader, you stay aware of the news. To me, I don't really need all of that. I can just use price action and go about my day. This really says everything it needs to say. So the next pair on our list is the Euro Swiss. We are in the support area. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see by go back, watch the last Pip Breakdown video, the way I analyze this, or maybe I'll just recap it in this real quickly, right? So we're going from resistance to this support down below. That's our next move. So from this time frame, we're definitely just looking for a pullback to one of these major support, one of these major resistance areas before looking for a continuation downwards, get a good risk to reward. I can't stress that enough. You really need those. That's one of the things that's going to put your trading consistency and your trading confidence to the next level by maintaining a certain risk to reward, something you're comfortable with. We hit our target on this. So from here, we have a few things. Let me just extend this out. It's pretty much just like the last one. We can get this, pull back, then fall, or we can get, I'm just going to put the main resistance all the way up here. It looks like we might have a minor resistance on the lower time frame in this area here, but I'll just go over this personally for myself, like to see if price actually interacts with it, or is it like a major thing, or is it a minor thing. But we'll see how price deals with this area. So far, it's not really that important. I'm just going to remove it. And that's its possibilities, guys. Pretty simple work. Next one here, the euro pound. Okay, so last 5 days was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We came through and we totally rejected this support. Both those nice supports, we rejected it right back up to the top. We had a support and resistance area here. We broke through that. We're on top. Definitely looking for bullish market structure to come back in this. So given that the euro is weak and the pound, we didn't touch on that chart yet, but this is telling me that the pound is stronger than the euro currently right now, because of what this price is doing. Okay, so what other levels do we have here to take into consideration? This is definitely a major one, so I'm going to mark that like that. And price is then going to go from here. You know, we have the room to consolidate. Sorry. And break. Where is our next structure above? We do have a structure here as well. Right, very minor. And we have this. Okay. Alternately, if we break below this, we're looking like this. Simple stuff, guys. So euro, Japanese yen, we also see the euro's weakness, Japanese strength right now. We are in support, right? We are having bullish market structure though. Okay, so what we're expecting is nothing. What you're supposed to be mindful of the opportunity is if price is gonna not break the support or break through the support, okay? No expectations, but a reaction to the way price is dealing with certain areas of key interest. So we're going to break through area for a pullback, or we're going to have something like this. Okay, this advancement doesn't really last for 5 days unless we get consolidation or something like that. And basically this structure that I've drawn here can basically get placed up here as well, just like this. I'm just going to go through for examples so you can show you, because when price gets up there, maybe it'll have enough momentum to go straight there, or it will have a pullback, who knows, but be aware of these things. Okay, so next here is the Euro NZD. Clear as day, guys. We broke through the resistance. We're headed to the next resistance. Other possibility is like this, also demonstrating the New Zealand strength. This one once more demonstrating the Euro's weakness and the US dollar's strength. I'm definitely going to remove this, seeing that we broke through it and we're currently hitting it again. I do like this area a whole lot more. So I'm going to keep it like this with these possibilities, okay? So price went like this. So it told us that the euro was strong and the pound was actually weaker. That's the reason that price went up. So the pound is weak. We know that with the pound weak and the euro and the Australian dollar pairing strong right now, this pair is going to completely get crushed next week and probably going to be one of the most active falls of the week. Okay, our target currently standing is this support area of about $1.86. We can definitely get a retest to this area and then a continuation. So if you look back 5 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, from when we did the last Pip Breakdown video, hopefully, maybe I'll put a little recap of that analysis. So we can see previous high over here, move that to the right. So I can definitely see from the daily time frame, we are getting some bullish market structure starting to come in at least. I'd be waiting for a bit more to take this trade to the next level, to the next resistance. But we can see that price didn't manage to break through its new high there, actually rejected it, and then fell to the support, broke through the support, and is currently making its way down to the next support. So that's all how that goes. Likewise, if we break above, we're going to be looking like this. And then I would extend this to seeing that it has some respect. Likewise, yesterday's candle was not very good for bulls. It is a bearish candle, yes, but you can see a majority of the bears came in by the end of the candle. Okay, so we are still at the support, so nonetheless, you know what our opportunities are. We can consolidate here. I'm going to adjust this line. Actually, we'll just leave it just like that. We have the option to consolidate. We'll break through to this level. Something just like this. And I'll definitely mark off these two support areas. Okay, so does that make sense, guys? If we reject it even more, we can then just come straight up here, and then all the patterns are pretty much the same. Next on our list, what do we see? We got a nice rejection of this resistance, but we also have this resistance down here, which is no joke. Don't forget about that. We consolidated there for a very long time. So what we have here, pretty much similar to the last analysis, break, retest, and we could come crashing down into this area here. Last time we got an opportunity here was on this quick break and retest right here. You can see the candle actually came back and touched it. So that's the way this is looking. Likewise for the resistance. Moving on here to the pound, Japanese yen, we're also getting more bullish identifiers. The bulls were not apparent. They didn't manage to stay. They were not able to stay within the daily candle. So on a daily perspective, they're not staying in. About 1, 2, 3, 4 days now, the bears have been in control and the bulls have been absent. Okay. Today, seeing that how price not today, but Friday's candle, seeing as how price was near the support. So what we really see for this happening is falling down to the support at least to complete its move, then potential advancement to the support, to the resistance. If not, just like this. Other areas of key interest is really just this area and this. So it seems like right now a lot of these pound pairs are interacting with a support area and is very close to a support and a resistance. Not really consolidating, but in between an area of previous consolidating price, things just like that. So we are underneath the support, follow your rules blindly. So price is to head to this area. If not directly heading to there like quickly, then we can get the retracement and the pullback and the continuation. Likewise, we can get that like this too, right? Just like, how many times can I really say, guys? Just know you have an area of key interest. No matter what your trading plan is, you have an area of key interest and you trade according to that. Have your rules in place and react to them. So this pair here, the pound JPY, the market structure is pretty clear and clean on this. We're like this, minor support if you can't tell, right? We've got a rejection. So it looks like price is wanting to head back down. We'll look for this, pull back. We can get that as well. Be there, react. You know what? Comment down below how many times I've said the same thing over and over. And let's see what I can focus on to, provide some new content. I know repetition is good. So there's a lot of people that actually DM me saying they're learning stuff from these videos. So that's really what helps me to keep making these videos. Show me some love. Show me that you like these videos, that your people are actually getting value out of these. And also comment down below any new things that you like to see me put out. I'm really willing to put out anything. I have nothing but time, energy, and space for these. So next pair, whole new set, the New Zealand Canadian. We've been consolidating. Okay, so 5 days ago when we did our last Pip Breakdown video, we were supposed to go from resistance to support. This is still a likelihood. Nothing has changed to stop this idea. No new highs have been made and no real new lows have been made. We did make an attempt to this support area and we're currently like in a pullback, in a resistance area as well. So we're still safe, nothing to worry about. Analysis still stands the same. Sorry, wrong tool. Okay, and if we do break above, our possibilities. And that area is going to come up to this area here. Right? Pretty clear, pretty simple, pretty concise. Guys, like my name, this is JD, this is the Pip Academy, this is your trading home, okay? So as for this pair, the New Zealand Swiss, you can see we're finding a little support here in this area. 1, 2, 3 touches. Currently on our way back to the next resistance. Some Swiss weakness along with New Zealand strength. So really that's as far as this one goes. You guys know, if we get a breakout of this structure, then we're going to get that to continue. This is a very tight area here, seeing as though the support, these two supports are in the same area. So we know we have a difficult time breaking through one. We're going to have a really difficult time breaking through two. So we'll see how price deals with this area. It's also, you can pretty much make this a really thick area, given the fact that there's not much pip area between both of them. There's about 20 pips between them. So if you made it a really thick area, it's just a wide support, and you're not really trying to trade while price is in there. Okay. So moving on, we have the New Zealand Japanese yen, and New Zealand is showing strength once again. Japanese is showing weakness. We're on our way to the resistance. Within the next 5 days, if we do break through, just as the same structure I keep giving out, right? So we can have our next areas are just about this, right? Area. See, we have a hiccup here, and they messed up then, they can mess up now in the same area. That's really as that goes. Next one for the New Zealand US dollar. Also showing bullish market structure once again. We were consolidating a lot, but we are above. And the last two candles, so Wednesday's candle, which is right here, was bullish. Thursday's candle was bullish. Friday's candle was bearish, but you can see that throughout the entire length of the candle, more bulls did come in by the end of the candle, the end of the trading day. So this is, once again, more bulls are showing themselves. We're above Thursday's candle actually closed above the resistance, so we're getting more bullish market structure, and we'll wait throughout the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, to see if more bullish market structure comes in or if bearish market structure will be coming in. You know how we react to these areas. We know that from the last Pip Breakdown video. So next one on our list is the US Swiss. This pair is giving the same bias here. Downtrend market structure of recent. We're currently sitting at a resistance. We're currently at a resistance area, and we also hit the support area on 3 days prior. So we're in a little range here. Main market structure is down. Price did progress from the resistance to the support, broke through the support, right? So from breaking through the support, we would have been like this, but now we are back in. So now that we are back in, either price is going to go straight there, get a pullback to the next one, straight there, pull back to the next one, because we do have this resistance, and then the next one is the same thing, right? Either price will have enough momentum to go straight there, or it's going to have a pullback and then continue, or if it doesn't continue, it will reverse, break through the support. Really, it's really simple, guys. So last but not least, if you haven't liked this video yet, make sure you go below, rate, comment, subscribe, and share this to other people. So what do we got going on here with USD JPY? Price is consolidating within this zone, okay? Within this zone between 108.50 and 109.7. Price is consolidating between this area for a while now. Let's see how long. We call it 44 days. That's about almost 60 days, almost 3 months. So price has been consolidating for about 2 to 3 months now. Now, since we are at resistance, price should then fall to support. And that's really how that goes. We can get a pullback either to one of these areas. But we're looking on the lower time frames to capitalize on these opportunities. Look for pullbacks to support and resistance areas of your interest. Make sure things are going in with the higher time frames. I went more into detail on this in the last video. So that's the Pip Breakdown number 9. Make sure you just go check that out if you want to see more how I go into entries. And I do have some videos coming out next week, and I believe I have 1 or 2 videos out currently based on like how I go about doing my entries, things like that. So really that's how that goes. If we break above this resistance as well, we have surprising the same pattern. Okay, so that's it for this video, guys. Thank you for tuning in to this video, this Pip Breakdown video number 10. Make sure if I'm helping you out with your analysis at all, you just send me a message on Facebook, Instagram, whatever the case, and all the contact is down below in the description. Make sure you rate, comment, subscribe, smash the like button, and let's get to these pips.